further and get their first Pacific.
Okay, RRQ on attack. We got GENG on defense.
Another one in the case for GENG.
Shot. Nothing insane. What the hell is this?
Barriers about to drop.
They see hit, and then you pop the wall. You get a little bit of space to retake.
Elected to get rid of Fracture and Pearl. We start things off here on Haven.
Purely just a retake wall. I guess you block vision here as well. Wait, what the hell?
That's kind of interesting. Some early spam there. GENG being really reactive on
yeah, I mean, this is pretty good from GENG. A lot of teams are with this comp will just farm orbs, right? This whole comp on attack is pretty much just when you get to the buy rounds, bunnies don't kill each other. Is these two getting ults?
Paranoia to make sure he's clear. Texture up ahead.
Alone here in this position, peeks in, finds one, but really both not able to come out.
The bunnies do that just fighting, man.
Is able to collect a kill. Foxy 9 at the same time. However,
so active in the morning.
Finding another. Is she gone? Orb gonna be snatched up. Ash arriving here at Heaven. There's a couple shots out, but also does have salvos for the delay on the plant. As you have 3 players from GENG corralling in around the back. Salvos get flung out. Reposition here just below.
You still got a little bit of util to work with. Still have the concuss. Still have a snake bite. So GENG can clear some space. Well, we could just get it done with the guns.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice. It's a nice.
Bounding around the corner,
heavy push behind.
Drawing the attention of the Russian
is it a good plant spot? It's not bad.
And Ash is there to throw him down.
He'd take long though after.
Come through, and that's going to be GENG taking the opening pistol.
Yeah, just really solid discipline stuff. Obviously, getting the kill through the smoke there. Very nice to start.
Oh no, bunny. Yeah, we got 2. We got 2, but they they fight a lot. Well, they fight. They used to fight way more. They're like bonded, but at the same time, it's like a dominance thing. One's trying to assert dominance.
To be trying to secure every single one of those that they can. And GENG already showing us that they have a little bit of a game plan early. A good counter strat to the drone through the doors to make sure Foxy 9 is safe. They get the kill over there. Texture gets his. And it's pretty smooth.
Okay, what do we got in the eco? Anything? Sheriff, that's it. Everyone's buying to make sure that they don't get ecoed. Muted house with the tier 1. Thank you for the 35 months. Which rookie? Dude, I can't answer the rookie thing until we see everything this year. Because there's too many good rookies. It's actually it's like the hardest question this year. Like, who's the best rookie of the year? You could say 15 names and have a good argument for all of them.
Wall now raised up the tap, trying to see what they can bait out here, get that util out of the way. They only have to worry about the classics.
The Pharaoh flanking through A might be able to get a little bit of damage. That's about it. Maybe an extra one. Well, Texture's on top of it. Gun rebuy, armor rebuy. Not too bad.
Yeah, just phenomenal patience being shown here by Munchkin. Getting forward a little bit, finding some info, knowing they had it fully committed to B.
Hello, Sonia. Hello, hello.
The rest of his team was able to kind of cover the other angles.
Lexi's here as well, right? I think I saw Lexi earlier. Hello, Lexi.
Kind of swarms in. He pays the price.
Jorgamo's here as well. Hello, Jorgamo.
Along the way, Texture, by the way, in terms of statistical performances so far in the Pacific playoffs for Stage 1, he is topping literally every category. Literally every single one. It is Texture ahead. Jemkin right behind him, very, very close. But Texture has been absolutely insane so far, averaging a kill per round, which is crazy.
Okay, big buy runs. RRQ.
Looking a lot more like his old self, his last year self.
Okay, this comp even... Okay, this comp can't really aggro over towards A unless they put the stun in. So if you don't see the stun at the beginning, you probably know that no one's going close. So this looks pretty strong at the moment against this comp. Even if they do salvos. Like, it's only going to peak short, that's
We know what they're like with these Guardians. We know what they can do when they're on weaker buys. We saw it so much last year. Yes, a slightly different roster this year, but
for people that don't watch this comp that much, it's normally good for a 7-5 on attack. It struggles a little bit on defense. It just can't hold B, basically, is why it struggles on defense.
Thrown out as well.
Right here down below, and that's going to be Texture spotted, quickly having to reposition as the shots come flying. Tech up a little bit as Foxy9 tries to hold the door here at Garage, but RRQ poking and prodding. They're opting to back away.
Okay, RRQ at the moment, pressure over towards Garage, pressure on C, and
he's going to look to try to hold the line versus the lion's share of RRQ players. Finds himself
bro did incredible though.
Crazy guy dancing around his Texture about to get timinged.
Dude, Texture had no idea this could even be a thing. He thought for sure that was a hit. They got 15 seconds left, guys. I know you're nervous, but this is crazy.
They have the salvos on the exit of Garage. They're going to have to disrespect it, try to run over this, and they're just going to get absolutely mauled as they exit out. Headshot found, but the time is already gone. The round is already over. This bonus is converted.
Holy.
RRQ
that is a rough start.
GENG 3-0 to start.
Yeah, and then you're starting to kind of see why Texture's not expecting someone here, because even having the info over towards C, they don't have enough time to pivot.
He takes, catches his opponents just a bit off guard. Usually he's tucked in, or somebody's tucked in the far corner.
Kind of wins them around just by getting that early info.
Instead, he gets just a little bit ahead of it, finds 2 kills. Like I mentioned, they are deadly with those one-tap guns. Karan's still going to be holding a Guardian, a weaker buy, just the hero rifle for Cushy. A couple stingers, a couple sheriffs otherwise. But GENG there, just great control of the map. Not giving up too much space, and you can't blame RRQ for making that first pivot over towards A. You see Texture, you see Foxy9, they were popping off early.
Sure.
I don't want to mess with that too much. But it's a rose that has many thorns for GENG. Everybody on this team can frag out.
The audio, yeah,
so careful. That's something that's been haunting RRQ sometimes this year, where you just have to rely on Jemkin to get those kills. You need some of these other players to step up, and Texture just shutting him down.
I mean, gonna have to start considering popping the shield at every single corner here when the GENG players are fragging like that. Kill contract is going to be online for the next buy round. See if it comes into play. As Stun to try to delay. It's going to be that clone pushing forward. It's a gate crash across. As alert attempts here into mid. Going to be shut down by Munchkin.
15
Does
HP.
suffer a good amount of damage, but ultimately does survive.
The good news for RRQ, not that there's as much, is they're gonna have ISO ult their attack, and that's surround win. Oof, nice shots, dude. Good thing about Foxy9 as well is the guy normally plays in this box 100% of the time, but he's exploring a bit more of C at the moment.
He has really found a lot of success in his side anchoring as of late. Really an improved part of his
game. You think having 3 to 4
that
players that can take over a game is needed for consistency in Valorant? I think you just need that in general, man. You can't have... Valorant's getting to the point where you just can't have a weak point. You gotta, everyone's got to be a crazy fragger, man. Everyone's got to be able to... Either you got to be doing big clutches, or you just got to be getting multi-kills when you probably shouldn't be.
Love to get that trophy.
Oh, Karan. Pushing forward, catching Cushy off guard. The attention is drawn into lobby.
Dude, this is nice from GENG though, right? RRQ, big buy rounds. They're trying to do some kind of plan with these ults, and they just get X-X'd on saying it's spawn. It's good calling at the moment.
Let's see what really happened.
They just walk out there. I mean, Karan just gets window for free.
Getting smoked, no, they're getting absolutely smoked.
RRQ there just
it might be good for RRQ to get absolutely wrecked in the first map, though.
Trapped up on the garden corner, and even though Jemkin gets the shield and is able to get one, there's just
especially if you come into a final like nervous. If you end up losing, let's just say it's like a 13-2. It's so easy to recover from, because it's just like, well, wasn't as bad as what we thought it would be. We're embarrassed.
You know, he said one of the things
that's what we were scared of.
he felt like his team
now
needed to
play
prove
normal.
today was just they needed to shoot
no
back.
one expects you to
They
win.
just needed to shoot back, and we haven't seen it yet.
We
have smoked on the first map yesterday. That is true as well.
Starts for RRQ. Takes a little while to really get the adrenaline pumping, the blood flowing.
Maybe they're just slow starters.
That's not something that, when you're in a best of 5 in a final and your opponent has had full reign when it comes down to the draft, it's not something that you can really afford to have those weaker starts. We'll see after this timeout if they can go ahead and kick things into gear a bit, because especially starting on this attacker side with this double duelist composition, that's where the bread should be buttered.
Absolutely. And especially...
Okay, because they give him the hero
with
gun,
GENG
it looks like they want it all.
one quote-unquote flash, and that's the paranoia. You've got to find ways to get Monyet involved and get those flashes to connect to break into sites. You know, but like you said earlier, Kilios, they've been getting shut down before they can even use or pop some of their utility. GENG's a step ahead of them. Clear the dart by Ash. He's the sole player over at Long A right now. And everybody's stacking up for a big C-site hit. Well, I was
giving
Foxy 9 a lot of flowers.
Hey, why? Nature was going to coach. Why would he coach a different team that's not 100 Thieves?
Potentially, he's going in.
A lot of it going to be cleared, but right, he's going to be grabbed up here by the kill contract. Will be dead even if he wins this fight.
Dude, that'll be a sick year. If Nature's just had enough and just decides to coach himself. Honestly, that would be incredible. Okay, I mean, this is just what happens when you have an ISO. It's just so easy to overwhelm the site.
To clutch this out. Some wild spray across, some damage dealt.
Even with the low guns, it's just that the ult is too strong. It's as simple as that.
See what Ash is able to pull off here for the team. Swing out, nothing. Headshot there from Jemkin. We'll get RRQ on the board. The timeout, working a treat.
And you're seeing exactly why that ISO ult is so important. Because maybe there's a world where Foxy 9 gets one or two.
What's the counter to the ISO? I mean, clone, really?
Pushes forward into the smoke,
Clone's
but that
the one.
opens up all this space. That allows Crazy Guy to TP farther forward.
Win the
that
Joe.
allows them to just scale aggressively to the back of sight, start knocking players
Hope
down.
that the ISO misplays the ult, basically.
Hold on there for the end. Nice play called, nice timeout for RRQ. Dialing up a set
Okay, can they win a few in a row?
aggression.
1-9 loss bonus. Op comes out
Texture with the
for
operator.
Texture, and he
for
knows
Foxy.
that, again, we already saw it in pistol, right? This
Excuse me,
comp is
dimensional drift
just,
for
this is
Monyet,
what it
so
does. Wait, this is kind of smart.
Do you have any way to try to bail him out? The answer is realistically no.
Wait, this was smart from RRQ. They know that they're going to try, they know they have enough money to buy the op. Its Texture is probably going to be buying the op. And you would have some kind of punish over towards getting the orb because the comp revolves around these two ults. The insta pops the shield before turning the corner and then just jewels up C.
Texture setups for the operator, so now they should know that he has that in play. For sure. Dimensional drift going to be called in. Karon unchecked, but wide swipe on by Jemkin. And he is going to get taken
And it was a good off angle from Karon, he dismissed.
Two-player advantage now here for the side of RRQ. Ash alone on the site, waiting for some reinforcements, but going to be overwhelmed and surrounded very swiftly.
Dude, we could get a game here. If they can, I mean, if they can get 7,
here
they can get 6 in a row more than...
He has the operator in play. You have to expect that he's just going to exit as quickly as he arrived.
Yeah, I feel like this should absolutely be a save. There's just not much left you can do at this point.
Yeah, I think they should both save. And because they won that Thrifty anyway and got some gun upgrades, their money's just great anyway, so I think it's okay to just accept it and look at your own money.
See if he can catch someone from RRQ going for their hunt.
I think PaperX would have had a better chance of winning versus GENG than RRQ. Nah, I think they would have had less chance of winning.
Valuable piece of weaponry. Just a question of whether he'll get there or not, Jemkin.
The answer is what? Okay, the answer is no regarding Munchkin, but what a swing from Jemkin. That is nasty.
He's got his ult again.
Did he stop?
I mean, I want to say he stopped, but...
That was crazy.
Hell.
That's unbelievable.
Okay, we'll have to see it back. Both of our jaws pretty much on the floor after that one.
God.
What a shot to hit.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, listen.
And that's what we were talking about when the timeout was called.
Yeah,
was seeing
and this
those
is
kinds of
the
shots, those
insta
kinds of plays.
And I mean,
coming out of Jemkin
we
in
said
particular, but
this
the rest of the team as well.
comp works around ults,
Two
right?
rounds
This
in a row
was
here
ISO
for the
ult,
side
this
of
one was
RRQ.
Yoru ult. They now got
Just
ISO
how
ult
far they can
again.
take this.
Then it's gonna be, can they get the Yoru ult
Now
up
the bank accounts of
for the next
GENG
buy rounds? And if they win this, they should have an
ISO
eco.
ult.
So
Missed.
Yeah.
oh, they missed.
Bit of a whiff
They
there.
blind,
Going to be spotted out. Nano pumps the clone, so Foxy doesn't even have to worry about it.
guys.
You can see Foxy tucked a little bit further back. Doesn't want to try to challenge that long C angle out in the open. Got bested previously. Probably learned that they need to tighten up a little bit. But Texture around the corner. What a timing.
Finds one. To bail himself out, and yep, Fastlane will be there to cover the escape.
Oh, this fell apart.
One shot there to the back of the leg.
Okay, lose A control, instant
There's the
reaction from
Achilles
Gen
heel.
G.
So he is
Drone
gonna be able to
down
get Scott out.
towards middle.
Get
So
out
if anyone's over
scot-free.
towards middle, obviously we got pressure on Garage as well from the turrets. They know about Garage at the moment.
Again. I mean, some of the
The
game
only
plan
question
here
mark around the map really.
feels like if you see
is these
texture,
two.
don't go that way. But Foxy, nice kill.
Trying to get back to his anchoring ways. He's gonna
Yeah,
forward
dude, this
into
is the
poison
Foxy
orb,
9
turns out,
classic.
swings, looks for
He
Xpero,
lives
cannot
in the
find it.
smoke.
Munchkin catching a glimpse. He's able to take him down through the Cypher zone
Ah, it's a
cage.
really big win for Gen
Crazy
G.
guy. Now left to his own devices.
You gotta think of how impactful this round's been,
And then
right? So
sprayed
if
down.
it's
Gen
5-2 and they actually win
Putting an end
this
to
and they
the
get to
monstrous run
5-3,
back here from the
then
side
it
of
becomes
RRQ, will at least
5-4
guarantee
because they
themselves
are
6 and a
eco.
half.
Yeah, they're still
And
sitting on some
then
ultimates too.
they would have another Euro
So
ult,
they've
so you
got
would imagine
a
it's
lot
going to
of
be
flexibility
5-5.
coming up.
But now,
Yeah, I mean,
this is
I
a
think
done
almost
map,
every
really.
round that we've seen, once
Unless they've got
Texture's
something
position has
brand
been
new on
revealed,
defense.
RRQ has gone the other way. I think almost every time. And I don't blame them. Again, best player in Pacific right now. If you just look at the raw stats, and look what he does in game. He is absolutely out of control. It is definitely spring season again for Gen G, just like it was in 2024. They just hit this hot streak. They're already quickly rotating over towards A. A little bit of util sent over that way has them thinking that maybe RRQ is going to try to dial up another fast hit.
Over there.
You know, like we saw after the timeout where they found success. Flash clear util.
Okay, they at least have a lot of money, but
Karan.
Karan spotting out multiple players. Paranoia immediately going to be sent out. A little bit too shallow to catch, but RRQ aren't looking to scale off of this pressure.
It's a huge win for them. They get the paranoia, they clear a bunch of util, they do more damage than they take. Very nicely done.
Gen G have only lost
Clustered
one
up, drone
match.
sent
They
over
lost to
towards A
Boom
to
pretty
try to
early on.
sell a bit of presence there.
But they lost when they were
Karan
changing their
for
roster still.
timing. Slides down, they're lined up for him.
Dude,
Collect
he's
kill.
30
Xpero
HP,
about
gets
to
a
strike in
double
from
kill.
behind, but Karan now sights turned back over towards main. The drift out, Xpero able to find the one. Foxy 9 still here on the site. The spike now dropped outside of garage. Foxy swooping in from behind, and it's gonna be with City as Cushy turns back, finds a headshot, but still eats an immense amount of damage. Overdrive now gonna be popped
That
in
was-
Texture. Looking for targets, but they've been split up. The time, however, getting away from RRQ.
That was rough.
Cushy pushes his way back in towards C, but the time is just not there. You know the Texture's around the corner. It's the last player you really want to face in
Alright.
toward. They will get taken
It's all good.
down.
To be fair, no one was,
Round
well, only
advantage now
Karen was
secured.
dead,
Gen
right?
G
So
up
hopefully
to
no
7.
one saw it
Three more to be
from
played
the
out.
Gen
in
G
half.
side.
Good job. Thanks. Proud of you. What an adjustment here from Karan, though. Just loses that early battle up from Plat, and then just steps up closer, finds a perfect timing with a little help from Foxy 9, getting the glimpse into the garage from window, setting things up nicely, and hey, nice
Shout out
watch.
to the sponsors setting up some
Yeah.
watch parties across Asia for us.
We love that. Love to see that. All right, no, there's that early spam. And I mean, I'm curious again if Gen G's going to try to put some pressure
Fake
towards
TP
window.
close with a
With that early
cage.
spam, trying to condition
they
RRQ
just-
that they can't have that space, and that's why I assume
mean-
Crazy Guy trying to hold that angle just in case that is
I don't want to over-exaggerate,
what all that
but
spam
they,
is for.
they're getting so wrecked,
Meanwhile,
man.
pushing out with the drone.
Like, they might not even get these ults for
Karan
any of
revealed.
these
He
rounds.
doesn't clear the drone, but it's not
Yeah,
a
it
big
gets
deal.
respotted. They'll reposition. No smoke here, but Paranoia holding them back. Paranoia now going to be coming through his timing.
So
up
I've
on
ulted
the open,
over
but
towards the
Foxy 9
site.
taken down.
Foxy 9
Here on the
puts
cross
down the
angle,
ult
Karan
knowing
able
that
to
they
find Gem,
don't
breaks
have
his
the
shield, puts
3
spike on the
to
floor for a brief
finish
moment,
his
but
ult.
Monyet quickly trades it back and maintains the advantage here for the side of RRQ.
Damn,
Gets the
nice
stunner off
shot.
the relay, but Monyet out wide, able to find one. Munchkin
Munchkin still
trades
has
out
his...
another. His pick going to be invested
Sure.
right here in front.
Not what I was going to say, but...
Just a
I was
recon
going to say still has
to
his
work
smoke
with
to block vision.
on the side of
This is
RRQ.
one way of doing it.
The fuse starting to be held. The recon
They didn't
doing
shoot the
wonders.
recon.
Ash gonna be taking down
It
the
went
spike,
under the
not taking
smoke.
it up to half. And with
Okay,
the
nice,
counter
though. It was a
spray,
solid
they will
recon.
be able to fish him out. So Pitt going to be lost. RRQ find themselves a third round win.
Once again, able to find some success.
Yeah, I mean,
On towards that C site.
the Viper was a questionable choice, no doubt about it.
Get Monyet breaking through. Foxy 9 was trying to wait this Hunter's Fury out so he can place the lockdown safely. did do so, but at the cost of his life.
Yeah, I feel like
Still
Foxy9's
enough
mounting a
time
little
for
bit as well.
RRQ to scale
That was
forward, and you
that
can
was
see
pretty
that
rough.
GENG wanted to get ahead
2 rough rounds
of
for
the
him
end of that
back to back
lockdown
as
to see if
well.
they could catch RRQ as they were having to retreat outside of the danger zone. Didn't work though. Monyet just stood his ground, got a kill. Good entries as well. Let's see if RRQ can keep it up, get a couple more, make it a 7-5. Tejo util, just keep him pinned in, but Monyet pretty far pushed up already. Cyber Cage to block his entrance.
If he gets this orb, that's going to be Dimensional Drift online. So likely going to try to play for this one. Xfero, they're strafing. Rushing forward. And Texture says, well, I can hear you, I can see you, I can shoot you. Clean opening kill here. As the rest of the team held at bay, Paranoia goes across, catching on to them, so Monyet has to put the mask on. Goes forward, shield broken, but Jemkin still firing. Does find Karan. As Monyet duking it out here with Munchkin, who tucks forward. Push out of the smoke though.
Nicely done from Cushy.
Cushy finds 2, and Jemkin just hits one right through the smoke on the Texture. Right between the eyes.
They throw the
Foxy
spike over
says, yep,
towards
I want
Jemkin as
nothing
well.
to do with this.
I think we know what's happening last
unsavable.
or next round.
Be looking to hold on to this Phantom.
They're probably going to wait 5 seconds, and
Those are
after
those
the 5
explosive
seconds,
entries you're
Jemkin's just going to
looking
be allowed
for
to hunt.
with the double duelist. And it was as soon as Xfero got killed by Texture, that's when they pulled the trigger. They knew that Op wasn't there. They knew they had.
I think
that
Cushy is
dimensional
shout
drift
for
as
Rookie of
well.
the Year. I think he's
They
in the
could
top
just storm
5 for
their
Rookie
way
of the
through
Year,
into
yeah.
sight.
Again, this one's too hard,
GENG
man.
players,
Depends what
maybe a
happens in
few
stage 2.
missteps in terms of their positioning. I think Ash
There's
might
ways,
want to take back that
there's so
swing
many, dude.
out of the smoke, but
Both of them.
yeah, for both of them.
What you
Cushy
might
was so
see
ready
is
for
that Luke showed
But regardless,
wins it. Depends on the stage
RRQ
2.
doing a really nice job.
I think he's
there.
had the craziest performance, but
Finding
he's
their
also
util. He
had
should be able to get Jemkin's
the
ult most likely
least. So
coming into this
Maybe
final
this one.
round. That's going to be a huge piece for them. We've already seen what he can do with it when he gets to the land. Might add one whiffy one. That's okay. But the buy
Vano?
also is going to be
mate, I'm not even sure if
interesting
Vano's
for GENG.
the best
Be a
rookie on
little
his
bit
team at the
lead.
moment right now in terms of
Disrespecting that
performance.
snake bite as well.
I think he is,
Ooh, Cushy.
but in terms of performance
That
right
first
now,
one was
I think
quite good.
I would
That's
say
just,
from what I've seen,
just
maybe
assume they're
Quarter
there.
Z is above.
And
Shenmue
Jemkin's
has
understanding, he says,
been
okay,
playing
he's
insane in
neon,
this
he's got an
playoffs. If
operator,
you want to look
he's
at this
gonna fast
playoffs.
rotate. This is the angle that he's going to be lined up on. I can pre-fire that.
Might as well.
Well, Stinger and a Bulldog behind these Phantoms and a Vandal.
This is what I mean, man.
Advantage
You
here
can
for
just
the
say
RRQ.
15 players, and I'll
7-5.
agree with all of them. Because it's
Rescuing
like,
the half, considering
how are you even
things
meant
have
to decide
started.
Rookie of the Year at the moment? You can't do
Still
it.
not gonna be the greatest
There's no
feeling
clear
given
winner,
the
that's
comp
all.
and
I
struggle
wouldn't
on
even
the
say
attack
there's a
side,
clear
but
top 5.
Gives them an opportunity. Certainly rescued this map even further.
Well, got cleared. Did the drone, but GENG reading this well. They're not showing their hand. The Tejo's been here literally every single time, so that drone doesn't mean much.
Oh, quad stack here. Texture trying to get out. Karan able to find one. Ash going to be taken out at the same time. Texture does manage to evacuate, but tag down
I think
to
it was a bad
46.
idea for
Low on HP, Munchkin still
NRG
with
to
just
let
the
go of
stinger.
Vano. Probably.
That's
I mean,
gonna be grabbed
I
from
imagine
before.
Bonkar's
Looking
probably
to
thinking
spray
like,
out. Texture
guys,
finds it, the ult now.
why?
A non-factor here
Why
in the
did you
round.
let this happen? Especially as he's back now, but
Jemkin just slowly trying to crouch away. Pays the iron price.
Get the neural theft here. Maybe sell a fake. But that he needs smokes to do
but
so.
something had to happen, man.
Doesn't have it up. Oh, he found the angle. Nice.
Seeing that it's clear, look at the reping here on Foxy. Now that he's the one player closest by.
Okay, are they going to consider
Sparrow.
this lack?
Trying to slot
He
in
was
behind
locking
these players.
earlier in
Nice
that round where
spike
maybe you didn't
planted
expect
across
the
the
luck.
map.
He's going to be here real
The
late.
quick
Yeah, they're
pivot,
definitely
not
expecting
gonna
a luck,
get the
just not
angles here.
through
Sparrow's not
spawn
gonna be
yet.
able to find him quite just
It's all
yet,
about
but as long
delay.
as
It's
the
a good
rest of the
plant for
team can
long, so
try
the delay is
to
pretty
hold
strong.
on to the site.
Haran just got
Gonna
out.
be able to find value as Monyet here in front of Platt. Mo's down 2. Karan
He did good, though.
finding that, but now the backstab gets ready to come in. Forward into the smoke. Xfero getting closer and closer. Finds the first, the shorty, drawn out, knows that he's going to be low on HP, but Karan dips in, finds a headshot, swings
No
out,
way, man.
and takes
Sick
down
round from
Crazy
Karen. It's one of the
Guy.
best agents you want to have for
The 4K
being taken
Red
over
Bull
towards C
clutch
because of the
Karan
smoke.
secures
He
an
played it
8-4
perfectly,
score
though.
for GENG at the half. What a round!
Dude, 8.
The ult could not
They
have
got
come
8
at a
on
better
defense
time
against
there
this
for
comp.
Karan.
Strong.
He TP's in behind Platt right before Xfero's about to get to him at defender side spawn. Monyet just knocks down a couple players. Karan's had enough. Sets up the smoke. Oh, poor X-Pharaoh. Expects him to be closer to the spike, maybe on the other side of the box. What a flick there from Karan.
My voice.
The swing to
Chat,
seal the deal.
Chat, I'm not sick. I just woke up early. That's it.
This is a player that has
Just
been
waking up.
kicking his
So
own
good.
ass.
Yes.
To not mince words. He has been, well, here's our, one of our Korean casters who won a lovely Asian Predator laptop earlier. Alongside Victoria.
That's not true. I know that's not true. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's definitely true. But
he did win the laptop. So.
He did win the laptop. But for Karan, he's been kicking his own ass when it comes down to his performances so far here in kickoff, with him not being able to make it over to international competition, and at the start of stage 1, because he was not looking like the clutch god, this guy who has just such crisp, clean mechanics and aim. But these last couple series here in the playoffs, Karan has come alive.
What do you think about
This guy has
Gentleman's
been
picking up comeback?
resurrected,
Yeah,
and
it's a
maybe
good pickup,
even
man.
Ascended even higher than he was before.
Probably the best tier 2
There's
player
plays
at the
like
moment.
that he can pull off with regularity that impress us so very much.
You could almost see the look on his face after that clutch, that it was relief. It wasn't, you know, that old Karan where he's screaming his head off and losing his mind after stuff like that. He just, you know, just a sigh. And moments like that are, you know, why he was Rookie of the Year last year.
Okay, raid boss on texture.
Starting to look better and better as our all
what
of
is
Gen G.
this one?
Not yet in trouble, potentially.
Pinned into the corner, the quick little jump check there from Texture, but cannot realign fast enough. On
Spoke deep over towards spawn. Didn't have anyone to back him up, and yeah, I think if he's doing that movement, maybe you gotta go 3-2, but
a winning position. Close this gap down.
and I mean RRQ see the smoke over towards here, so they're just gonna gamble stack with 4. Smoke committed towards site. Don't really have the best backup options. Spike down.
Now brings it into a 2v3. Spike on the floor, out on the opposite side of this smoke.
Well, now you got to figure out a way to get back to that spike. And,
Yeah, it
RRQ
might
is
be a
gonna
long
opt
one.
to just hold it down, throw the paranoia. Gen G.
What is the game plan here? They have 40 seconds. They're going to go around the world, but then they still have to fight their way down into Long A.
Yeah.
There's a smoke already set up. Granted, it might expire by the time they get there, but there's only 33 seconds remaining. At the end of the day, this is round. It's going to have to end in a scuffle rather than a plan, it feels like.
No, you're absolutely correct. It has to be kills. Maybe Munchkin just anticipating that they were just going to hold the site since they had the angle from the ramp. They're gonna have to push down soon.
Shot to the shoulder. 12 seconds remaining. I mean, if you're Jemkin, you can just have him run away. Unless this last little kill comes in and he runs out of bullets, and Crazy Guy will go ahead and collect it. Well, things got a little bit silly.
He tried to make up for the
RRQ
time by
themselves
running and
their
gunning
first
to pick up the
pistol win.
spike.
As the gap
And then the
now,
kill just
3
didn't
rounds
happen. It's unlucky.
separating the teams.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit
1-1 for the pistols.
wanting. I mean, Texture, I could have sworn saw Monyet when he first ran.
I think he did, but then he panicked, slid into the wall, and couldn't get his gun out.
I think you're
I feel
right.
like APAC is sending people that can win
It's kind of an odd
Toronto.
situation there.
I think Gen G
RRQ having a lot of fun after that
Gen
one.
G have the best chance out of
Outlaw,
everyone from
Bulldog,
here.
Spectre, Ghost for X-Pharaoh.
So I think Americas have the best chance from the teams they're sending.
Just thinking
Like I feel
about
like they
some
got the
kind of fast hit.
most teams that can win it.
Try out
I
the
will
pace.
say, I don't know. I know that I'm on board the Paper X train and it's going to seem biased, but Jesus, oh god, man. Oh god,
What is
dude.
going on?
2 died from the smoke spawn molly combo as well. How? They
What
pop
is
the
Gen G
smoke
doing?
here,
How are
they
they
run
doing
through
it?
the smoke and they die to a
Nothing
molly
makes
that's
sense.
popped because they're trying to fast flood. Oh, that's such a mess up, dude.
I am just speechless again. I can't even begin to describe what happened there.
Cushy will find one against Munchkin, but he cannot find the round.
No.
They cannot find the gap close. Ash will pick up the weapon.
That's crazy, man. For
And
this to
I
go
am-
down like this, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I'm losing my damn mind.
Yep.
Dude, this replay is gonna look so weird.
I know what happened with Karan. I don't know
You
what
say
happened
this every
with
time
the
about
Nanos.
America's team, but they never
Yeah.
win. I mean,
it had to be
Karan double
what's that, lost
TP.
2 times?
snake bite combo on Nano.
And they have the
You
best
can do
chance
a
this
lot of
time.
damage.
Like, this is
How
actually
did
their
two people?
time.
Both of them were
I got more faith in
over
Paperex
on
than I
the
do
right-hand side
RRQ,
of the
just
site.
because of the amount of changes
You're
that
looking
RRQ have
from
to
the
do.
map. By the boxes, but see it again.
Dude, this is gonna
Karan
look
TP's
nuts,
first
man.
up on top and then in the back.
These guys at spawn,
And just they're not ready for him, and then
look at this.
oh, it's right at the entrance through the poison cloud.
Oh
And,
my goodness, dude.
Poison
Off of the literal just
my
smoke
goodness.
molly
Well,
combo. That's it. Nothing else on top of
Great
that.
start to absolute
Was there
tragedy
a
here
was there a
for the
Viper
side of
molly maybe that I
RRQ.
missed?
GENG now.
I think it just looked like
Cushy, okay. Solid start. The one weapon that they have.
Viper molly also.
in
Damn,
hand.
that's strong, dude.
Put to good use as Munchkin gets taken down.
The
Fox
timing of it
gonna
was
be
crazy
traveling
as well. They must have
tons
looked
away,
like they
making
fast
sure
flood.
they give nothing
Like to
over
fast flood
these
C the
remaining
whole
RRQ
time.
players for free.
And not really
Probably the
much
best
damage
timing they've
done
got.
there to Cushy. So he's extremely happy with that result. He's the only one with any kind of firepower here. It's just classics otherwise for RRQ. So GENG going to continue to go through towards A. I mean, all of a sudden now GENG playing very cautious, just sitting back towards their spawn, wondering where the heck is RRQ? Are they going to be barreling in behind us? But you've got that KJ util behind your back, so you're going to feel a little bit comfortable. The problem is this is
A heavy stack.
yeah.
Could just be similar scenes to the previous round here for RRQ. Especially if Cushy is able to come
They're
away
gonna
with
heavy
some value
commit.
here. Texture at the ready. Sprints forward to flash. Gets a headshot, but Texture is able to find one. Sparrow swinging out.
He didn't get that much
Those men go ahead,
space
take him
though,
down.
so they
Weapon
gotta
gonna be
cancel
abandoned
this.
there within the site. The Bulldog as well can get
But-
scooped up. So a little bit more firepower here for the side of
Yeah,
RRQ.
they
It's
should
gonna be a
know
very
that
fast
over
pivot
towards C is
to the
fine.
side
They
of
can use for
GENG.
RRQ
Camera
as they
set
now
up on
double their
B.
guns.
Their sights set on C, however. Turn out the back.
Okay, that's
Trip gets
early info
cleared.
as well. They can commit to this.
Crazy guy gonna look to try to buy some time.
Dude, is he gonna try stop the plant?
Stunt, not gonna connect. The lineup though for Foxy9. Breaks the shield with the first. Collapse them both with a second. And now, just Xpharaoh with that Phantom in hand. Crazy guy already forward committed here into the site. Taken down by Ash. Xpharaoh looking to be the hero. Finds the first, spots the second. It's the transfer, but now
Dude,
up
imagine.
against Karan.
Ah,
Swings out
it's
of the
unlucky.
cage,
Bro,
and
Karen's
Karan
so
is
good for it. He's
as
always good
ever.
for it. He's so good
10
in
to 5.
clutches.
Solid effort from the side of
Cobbs
RRQ
with
to
the tier
pull
1.
up the
Thank you, the fatty mums.
They cannot answer back in kind.
That's just a hell of a read here. Oh, Cushy just walking out there, hitting a nasty Bulldog spray. And then, of course, walking right into the meat grinder of GENG. Foxy9
Dude,
there.
that gun just shoots
Able to
way
find a
too
perfect
fast.
timing. And then Xpharaoh with that gun upgrade that he scooped off of Texture's body. Almost able to turn this round around, but again, it is Karan who comes up big. Finds a huge kill. Monyet with the op though. Crazy guy with just a Bulldog. So they want to try to see if they can start putting some of this heavy firepower down. Keep GENG from scaling forward. They do.
There you go. Baits him forward. Op now confirmed.
Okay,
TP
so
immediately across over
At
to
one
A
point though,
lane.
you should start
Monyet
seeing
starting to poke and prod forward here
GENG
on this B site.
exploit
Foxy
over
going to be
towards
another
B.
casualty.
I'll
now
explain that again for
dictating
people
the
that
pace and
don't
running the map.
really watch too much of this comp.
This is what you needed for RRQ.
The comp on defense struggles at B.
Needed the
Right,
map
normally you have a
control.
breach here. Breach will
GENG
aftershock you once you
Scrambling now
plant,
to figure out what
and then
the
you
heck to
kind
do.
of
This
got to
may
go
just be
back
one of those,
with a smoke
let
here,
Munchkin
and then you got to re-hit the site.
make some noise over
Problem
at
with
A.
our RRQ comp, or
Somebody
the
else
comp
try to
that pretty
find
much
an
everyone
opening
uses now, is you
somewhere.
don't have anything to stop
He ended up
the
being
plant. You used to have double
a bit of a
damage shock,
save, but
hard to do. You've
money's
only got one
okay.
double damage
You
now.
don't need to.
So a lot of times you can't stop this initial plant. So
Try to
with the
press
RRQ
forward.
comp, you have to,
Crazy
within
guy
like the
right back
first
here.
4 or
Oh,
5
Ash
rounds,
shuts him
like
down.
punish
Swing
a
around the
B.
side.
Yeah.
Cam gets the tap. Crazy guy
Otherwise,
trying
they're
to
just gonna
swing
spam
out
B hits
punish,
on
but
you.
Falls to the wayside. Cam retoggled. Look at this, continue to keep Karan revealed here at all times. Dimensional drift going to be used. Monyet pushing forward, ensures that the site is cleared out. Xpharaoh now going to be noted as the swing out. Karan's still going to be good for one, because she comes away with 2.
Okay,
The
nicely
flash
done.
connects.
It's a good
Munchkin's
flash.
blind.
Dude, the flash ended up
Xpharaoh
hitting
can
both.
go ahead and secure that. So RRQ answering back, not allowing this to get even further away. Still though, down by 4 rounds.
This is doable.
But you're seeing some of the problems
it shouldn't be, but
that RRQ was actually having.
to be honest, it shouldn't be.
Where GENG is
Shouldn't
just kind
really
of
be
dry picking
doable.
some of these angles, and they're being held by somebody. In this case, it's Monty.
I just think they would lose.
May have been able to get something going, but
Like, I just think if GENG do a fast beat, they
decided to
win.
not hold window. He wanted to control those doors a little bit better, and kind of opened up a little bit extra space, I think, for RRQ. Of course, obviously
Yeah,
having
and you might be seeing it here with how everyone's
allows
positioned.
for
We'll see.
much
Either that or a
easier
fast
ability
garage
to
take.
push forward. And that's another early
Is
kill for
Viper on
Jepkin.
Haven back? This is like the only team that
Tendencies gets him
use
one
it.
away from having that
It's
kill
that
contract
incredible
on
pick.
line. Rough start here for GENG.
Good news is I think they can get Ash the gun.
Yep. Everyone with a rifle now. Smoke cycles forward here. In front of B Texture, just pushing forward. Clear out the trip, but looks like they might be opting to pause for a second, wanting to really flood forward. Crazy guy though, pre-firing, but distracted by the nano swarm.
Yeah, this is
This
nice.
attention away as Texture now sprinting across, trying to dodge out.
Good damage hit too.
At the same time, so
Got them
Texture
locked in
Ash
over
both
towards
down
the
to
side. They
45
might
HP.
feel like they want to push garage here as
Spike gets
well.
planted. They're gonna try to fight
Great.
their way out.
The timing of the double damage
Comes
was
across.
great.
Here behind the box, Cushy.
Yeah, double damage
Up in
shock,
that
got him a
dart.
full kill.
Trying to find Texture, and Foxy9 gets taken down.
I think Texture was hit with one of the
Ash trying to find a
ult
timing,
hits
but
though.
gets revealed. Jemkin gets the headshot. This Karon will be dealt with.
Damn,
4K
very,
here for
very
Jemkin.
nice.
Ult not necessary. The fuse comes through, and RRQ are now just 3 rounds away.
Still, he threw
GENG
a
might think that they can't go B.
phenomenal
This is
there.
2 rounds
in a
on B
great
that they've
position.
kind of lost,
Throw it
but
right down
it's been
link.
every single time like
And even though
man
GENG fought back a
disadvantage,
bit,
so they shouldn't
just
overthink it, but
swoops
they
in.
might.
With that shield to back him up as well. Yeah, does the timing there on the pop of the toxic screen. Yeah, that vulnerable, really nicely positioned.
The Viper, I mean the
Keep
Viper's
resetting the double tap.
the way that they use the Viper on
That's
this
where
map,
things get real
different
scary.
different to how other teams are using
Yeah,
it like
start to wonder.
before,
Yeah, I was just about to say.
is like
I think it's timeout. Timeout time. for
ABC.
GENG.
You got wall on defense that
Gotta
covers
figure out how to
BC,
not
and
lose
then you
these
got
players
smoke
early.
on
That's
A.
really starting
So
to kill you these last
even if
couple
you're
of rounds.
retaking B, you got something, retaking
you
C, you
going
got
to
something,
win
retaking
some of
A,
these
you have
angles? Are you
something.
gonna be able to find
Same
the
as just
counter
holding the
spams?
site. So you got passive pressure
There's a couple
everywhere.
times
Then on
just
attack,
been red.
when it's reversed,
You know, whether it be they
you have
give you that
VIP.
space for free
So
and see
you
garage,
got,
and Anyet's holding with the op,
dude, why have I done it the
or they
opposite
just
way
wait
around?
for a timing through A long.
You
So
got
the homework being
when
done by
you do your
RRQ despite a
wall,
short
you
turnaround
create
from a
passive pressure over
long
towards
specified
A.
yesterday.
So once you have your wall up, you have to have 2 people over towards A, because you could have taken a timing from
See,
long and short,
The adjustments look like, I mean,
and at the same time it blocks a little bit
skills
of
like
B.
that
So
just taps
the wall's
through the
really good, and then
smoke.
what you just do is you save your smoke for after plant,
Difficult.
and then if you get over towards the site
Really,
and you
come
have
up
the
with
smoke
a
down, you
clear
should win the site
solution.
basically.
Jemkin's game sense
That's kind of
clearly
how it
is,
works. The
not
wall
slipped up at
blocks
all over
blocks
these last
vision,
days-
right?
these last
Vision
couple
block,
days of
vision
play.
block, vision
Well,
block.
you either got to commit
Keeps 2 over
some of
towards
the
here
tail
unless you can get
utility
over
early,
towards short,
to try to
and then
push the positions where you're
smoke for after
expecting
plant,
the angle to be
and
held,
then wall smoke
or just
on defense.
run by it quick as the neon and pray they don't do it to you again. But there's an Odin to make things a little more challenging. GENG content to keep trying to push towards B. It is weaker weaponry, and
So normally when you play against this
Space
comp on
gain
defense, you
So,
can't let
RRQ.
them take a site.
Bit of a correct
Okay.
call
You're definitely
here
starting to
as
see GENG
yeah,
Crazy guy
trying to
shooting
exploit
back
what we
over
spoke about.
in position to try to go
Got
for
a
the
double
spray,
TP
heard the
back a
TPs,
site.
knows
Dude,
the
this was
Karon
like
is gonna be in the
popular in
site somewhere, but
2020.
can't quite identify that position.
Yeah, and this
Plant
is
now
the
in
exact
here
thing
from
that we
Ash as that
were
Armageddon to the
speaking
post
about.
plant.
This comp cannot stop this plant. You just go in straight away.
lingering
Normally
here
this
for
would
the
be breach damage.
Sends
You
it
gotta
out.
retake
He's
the
gotta
site.
TP to safety.
But now
lockdown.
Not
you
wanting
kind of just
to really
gotta
try his
you
luck.
gotta
Yeah,
just
lockdown
retake
easy
against a
in
comp
play
that
now.
you normally don't
Back
want to
leveling
retake
Texture,
against.
Scaling forward. Jemkin off screen, able to find one. Foxy9 going to be taken down, but Ash finds Jemkin. Texture gets Xpharaoh. Lockdown ends up getting destroyed, but now the red carpet gets rolled out.
Dude, look at Karon go. Ulted over towards heaven. He's now lurking on all of them. They managed to get a half. Hold up.
It's being stuck.
Hold up.
They're just going to stick it the
No
whole way.
way, bro. They stole it. 2v4.
As
2v4
Jemkin tries to
defuse.
reflood, but they are far too late. Monyet
Oh boy, wait. What did they use
gets
as
in
well?
like a thief in
Killjoy
the
ult,
night.
Teo
The defuse
ult.
comes across and he even holds on to the operator.
Oh
So much
boy.
investment from GENG. All undone by one guy sticking to the defuse.
That's brutal for GENG, but this Odin
Why are we salvoing
really,
here?
really annoying in this situation.
My
Gonna just hold
guy?
it down. Karan, as soon
Why
as
are
they
we
pulled
salvoing
off,
here?
They are not. Monyet happy to just get into there and let fate decide.
Unbelievable.
Ooh, that was close.
Espinosa cigar on the spray. Let him know, yep, still got this. Able to buy up another one. They know that that op was saved as well. Does that round
They must have thought it was off the spike, but
the death sentence here for Gen G.
you would still always salvo there.
As textures spam down to
At least
17
one.
health.
I mean, you'd always
Odin
double
Gaming,
it.
baby.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, it's so
it's
doable
just
now because of that round.
That's right.
Because
Great
this is
to
also
watch.
3 rounds in a
Well,
row where they've lost
You
over
know, the
towards
thing
B.
is, for Gen G, it's
But
a pretty similar start to the previous round.
one of
so
them was a mistake that we just saw,
kinda
and 2 of them was man
playing with fire
disadvantage.
there.
So now
Not
their whole
really
game
exploring
plan,
the map.
they're going to think
like you
doesn't
would
work,
normally
but it's actually
expect
kind
them
of
to.
down to just them messing up.
Pretty grouped, and look at that tight angle being held by Cushy, but
Backing away the drone. About to tell low, texture trying to push forward, but
Oh,
Chimkin is
God.
there. Swoops out behind the boxes. Takes him down, finishes the job set up and started by Crazy Guy.
he's going to read this.
In the spot. C-site now broken open. Bit of a hero lurk here from the side of Foxy 9. This Crazy Guy pushing forward down in towards mid. Turret believes in range. Yep, does get cleared out. As ISO all set, Jimkin trying to get a catch over towards Garage, but no one there to
ISO
receive
using
it.
Garage,
It's gonna be
didn't spot
another win.
anyone.
Munchkin now. Defensive pit in play here on the site. Monyet traded out for Foxy 9.
Oh, the jump.
Jump up over the top, and Jemkin has to drop down, and Munchkin's right there, ready and waiting to scale forward. Cushy blocked out by the one-way smoke. Crazy Guy now forced to backpedal, and Gen G
Ah, man.
able to recover.
There's
after
so
the
much painful
tragedy of
stuff
the
going on.
previous round. They'll move up to 11.
So,
Still just 3 rounds
Let
separating.
me just
Now
explain the
RRQ.
full process of going to Garage
Decent money
before you
here
think he's
on
like
several of the
incredibly
players.
dumb.
Still with an
So
opportunity
he's
to turn this
ulting over
around.
towards Garage
That's just a
because they
massive
want
work
to,
from
while they're
Foxy 9.
planting,
That
they want
kill
to
right there
make
might
sure
have
it's a
caught
trade.
Xvero right as he was toggling between
Right,
the
so if he
camera.
gets one, they can flood in towards Garage so that he can
That
get the trade if he loses his
It's
ult.
probably a huge sigh of relief for
Um,
Gen G and the Gen G
obviously,
faithful.
Really risky when you know
Because
someone's
that looks like
planting
it might be
and you
bad.
have your shield, you just got to
Jemkin
back
here, the
yourself for
timing's
that.
so good. But then on the other side of the map, you know, RRQ had
Like,
to
you
lean
just gotta
heavily
back yourself and
towards
hit
A
that.
off
You have
of
a shield,
Texture's
man.
Attempted entry.
Get anyone.
They left quite a bit of space open on the other side, just kind of hoping that Xvero's util would buy them a little bit of time and info. And instead, it's going to be a timeout for RRQ. Last one here for Haven. As they try to see if they can start stringing some more rounds together. It started to look so
Great
good on this
info.
defender side. and
Mate,
it looked
you're
like
against
they
a
really
VIP
had great
comp.
reads. They
You
had good
don't need the
ideas.
info, you need to get rid of the Viper.
Odin,
You need to
spam
thin the
early to do
numbers.
some damage.
Any other comp,
Jemkin's
saying
covering the
sure,
drone.
I can
All
kind of
these,
agree
you know,
with
getting
you.
all these first picks, like
But-
their initial stage is really, really good.
But
Just
here,
getting
you just
beyond
got to get that Viper.
You know, can they keep following through?
Some problems converting.
Yeah.
Well, final timeout call. See what magic it can work. Able to win the follow-up 2 rounds were RRQ in the first half. Off the back of this, we'll see if that can paint a similar story, would put them within touching distance of tying this up. The pressure you have to imagine mounting
Oh,
for these players.
on both
Dude,
sides.
the pressure's high because
The
some
core
of the
Gen G,
some of the
familiar
decisions are
territory.
rough.
Foxy, Ash, they're going to be dealing with similar, you know, a similar
Yes.
situation. As here we go
Again?
again. 1, 2, 3. Cushy sends out the shots, and Texture is just not catching a break.
I mean, you have the salvos for Ash still in hand, so they again neglected this angle, and they pay the price. You've got to find a way to clear that, whether it be smokes or util.
Paranoia, don't think quite connected onto Cushy. No, it
Dude,
absolutely did not. He's
what a
going to be able
hold,
to find
man.
another one. Kara now taken
Okay,
down.
they have the numbers for this.
Player advantage.
We've got the
Inside of RRQ,
judge
Xvero swooping
flank
around from
behind,
Alarm bot set up. Gives the alert.
and they know about it now. So,
Now Gen
do
G
Big
has
Joel
to
on
split
short.
their
Judge
attention
might
in
win
so
that.
many different
Close enough.
directions.
Not
Ash
enough.
swooping forward, but no, it's going to be Munchkin. Foxy finding one apiece there.
Yeah,
Everyone getting a piece of the pie.
it's
as
a good
Ash comes away
example
with the kill
again,
on
though.
Yep.
Like even
And Munchkin with the spray out
4v3
Crazy Guy.
smoke down, it's hard for them to
Just when it starts
hard to
looking good
retake
for
against this
RRQ,
stuff.
Gen G, something
This
just
guy had to win this
clicks.
duel on short.
They hit their shots, and now they're
Right,
up to
full
that
chance to the
point.
GENG, and
That got a little bit awkward there.
yeah, looking alright.
Judge in hand for Xfero. Cushy, phenomenal start. 2 for 1 for him. Ash able to get the kill. Munchkin is watching that lurk. Beautifully done.
He picked
the
up the
crossfires
other
are
gun,
fantastic
that's
between
why.
Ash
Dude, he
and
actually would have won that with a judge, just
right on the
sending it.
site.
You were talking about
Dude,
Karan,
Texture's
there
absolutely
you go.
going crazy
At the
over
end
there.
of that first half.
You get Texture, he's got his ult if he wants
Salvos
it,
are gonna
and
be
he's
sent,
committed into the
Texture this
Salvos.
time, the one that survives.
Okay, this one's
Monyet
done.
left on the floor.
Dude, RRQ actually had a chance
Desperately
here.
wanting
I
that
felt like
orb to try to
GENG
get
were
that
messing up
dimensional
so
drift
much on
online,
those
but
B
GENG
hits.
know exactly what he's going to be trying to do.
That's exactly when they needed to dial up that use of the util right at that position. It's been a pain point for them.
Good news for
hit a great
GENG
timing.
is they
First
could
kill.
look at this
falling away of
demo
GENG.
and they
Texture down
could
to half
learn a
health.
lot from
Comes
it.
the overdrive.
There's a
That's
world where
the only
they
ult that's gonna come
don't
into
look
play
at the
for them.
demo much
Cushy
because
one
they're
away
going to
from 100 Fury,
change
though.
their
If he
comp
finds a kill, maybe able to get back.
because you can't use
off
the
of site
tail
if there
anymore.
is an execute
So they
towards A.
might not
Hello.
actually like watch the demo and fix a lot of the stuff on
What's
B.
up, Karan?
They could actually learn some stuff from this demo for sure.
Foxy for now still walking
Also, they'll
behind.
have so much to do in such a short amount of time that
Coming his way.
they
is
might
Crazy Guy.
prioritize other
Nice
stuff.
check. Goes in, finds 3. Foxy though, pushing forward, turret spotting, and he continues to hold this line, but cannot find the shot. Still though, the call to pivot seemingly being made. As 2 players have been noted on this side of the map, but it seems like, okay, Munchkin says, well, let's just split the difference, go right into the center of the map. Overdrive now going to be popped. Texture looking to try to clear some space. A Judge waiting over on this B-Link, but Xfero eats so much damage. Jump around the plant. Being stuck, the double face push, looking for the transfer. Here is Jemkin, and he nearly finds it, but Munchkin survives, 75 health remaining. A stun in, but have they realized that Cushy got in ahead of this? Crazy Guy gonna go swooping forward, Ash able to readjust. Cushy now needing to try to rely on the act of surprise here, but goes swooping around, finds the headshot. Gets lost in the sauce for a brief little moment. The paranoia now expiring.
I mean, Cushy's a beast with a Guardian,
Defuse.
but
Munchkin around the back looking for the timing now has been noted. 4 bullets left here in the mag. And the pinching
okay,
from
very,
behind
very
from
nice from
Karan will
GENG.
put him down.
Dude, a little bit of a
13-8.
scrappy game though.
Opening map
No
here,
doubt,
the grand
scrappy
final
game.
of stage 1 goes the way of GENG.
Their map pick will fall into their hands.